Yes, beta. Let's start with the back exercise given in chapter 1. Look at the following sentences from the story. Suddenly, a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. Hailstones are small balls of ice that fall like rain. A storm in which hailstones fall is a hailstorm. You know that a storm is bad weather with strong winds, rain, thunder, and lightning. We have already discussed and explained all this. Now, you were told to find out the meaning of these words given in the box, which relate to the similar meaning, and then fill in the blanks. There are different names in different parts of the word for storms depending on their nature. Can you match the names in the box with their descriptions below and fill in the blanks? You may use a dictionary, and I told you to take help of dictionary and find out the meanings of these words which are used for the storms, and then fill it in the blanks. You are given the meaning also, accordingly you have to fill the blanks. Yes, Gunish from 10th Blue, please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Please switch on your video also. Yes, beta. Please complete these blanks. Read the sentence,
A, v-
fill the word.
a violent tropical storm in which strong winds move in a circle, cyclone.
Yes, a violent tropical storm in which strong winds move in a circle is known as cyclone. See the spellings you are given. Third alphabet is given to you, C. So you can complete this word, cyclone. Okay, second sentence. Munish, beta, please complete the next one also.
Yes, ma'am. An extremely strong wind, gale.
Yes, an extremely strong wind, gale. You can take the spellings from the box, Gale. Okay, third one.
A violent tropical storm with very strong winds, typhoon.
Yes, third one, typhoon. A violent tropical storm with very strong winds, typhoon. Yes. Fourth one.
A violent storm whose center is a cloud in the shape of a funnel, tornado.
This is tornado.
Tornado.
Okay. Next, number 5.
A violent storm with very strong winds, especially in western Atlantic Ocean, hurricane.
Yes, hurricane. This is hurricane. Okay. Next.
A very strong wind that moves very fast in a spinning movement causes a lot of damage. Whirlwind.
This is whirlwind. Very good. Now you must know all these words. You might have heard these of words in your geography part somewhere. Social science में आपने कभी इनको geography में इन words को पढ़ा होगा. Or if you have not read, please note down. These words can be used in the geography, different terms. Okay. Now coming to the next exercise, notice how the word hope is used in these sentences from the story. I hope it. It here refers to the hailstorm passes quickly. I hope it passes quickly. यहाँ it किसको रेफर कर रहा है? To the hailstorm. कि लैंको क्या सोचता है कि hailstorms जो हैं वो जल्दी खत्म हो जाएंगे. वो ये hope कर रहा था. There was a single hope, help from God. Again the word hope is used. क्या hope थी उसके mind में? That is help from God. In the first example, hope is a verb which means you wish for something to happen. पहले में क्या आ रहा है? I hope it. Hope यहाँ पर क्या use हो रहा है? As a verb. I is subject, hope verb, it object. ठीक है? Then in the second example, it is a noun meaning a chance for something to happen. There was a single hope. Here hope is used as a noun. That means the same word is used as noun, and in the first sentence it is used as a verb. Now on the next page you are given a table with the match the sentences in column A with the meanings of hope in column B. I told you to complete this also. Next, Mankaran Veer, please unmute yourself and switch on your video. Mankaran Veer Singh. No? Are you going to do, Mankaran? Japan Jot Singh. Japanjot Singh, 29, roll number.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta. Complete this match the column. In A column, some sentences are given. You are to match with the B column accordingly with the meaning of hope. Are you going to do? Next, Yagya Soni. Yagya Soni, will you be able to? Beta, please do the exercises which are given to you as homework. Complete करके आया करो इनको. Otherwise, it is a wastage of time. Divya, yes, beta.
Ma'am, first is will you get the subject you want to study in college? And the answer is, uh, and the answer
Yes, उसके आगे बेटा एक
answer
और लाइन
is
है.
wanting.
एक
I
और लाइन
hope
दी हुई
so.
उसके आगे, उसको पढ़ो पहले. Will you get the
You
subjects you
will
want to
you get
study in the
this?
college? I hope so.
I hope so.
Now, please switch on your
Ma'am,
video.
इसका
Please switch on your video also.
okay, ma'am. मैम इसका आंसर है wanting something to happen and thinking it quite possible. Fourth option.
Thinking that this would happen, it may or may not have happened. Second one, in B column, the second answer given. Thinking that this would happen, आप क्या सोच रहे हो कि ऐसा होगा? Because you are planning to have subjects. Will you get the subjects you want to study in college? आप जो subjects college में पढ़ना चाहते हो, क्या आपको वो मिल जाएंगे? I hope so. आप उम्मीद करते हो. And hope is here as a verb. Thinking that this would happen. आप क्या सोच रहे हो कि ऐसा होगा? It may or may not have happened. ऐसा हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता, लेकिन आप उम्मीद कर रहे हो कि ऐसा होगा. ओके, सेकंड सेंटेंस. Read the second one.
I hope you don't mind my saying this, but I don't like the way you are arguing.
Yes.
Ma'am, इसका आंसर है showing concern that what you say should not offend or disturb the other person. A way of
Yes,
being
showing
polite.
concern that what you say should not offend or disturb the other person, a way of being polite. Politely आप किसी से बात कर रहे हो कि दूसरों को डिफेंड ना हो, दूसरे को बुरा ना लगे. ओके, यस. ईशा शर्मा. Isha Sharma, please unmute yourself. Yes, coming
Yes,
to the
ma'am.
third sentence.
This discovery will give new hope to HIV/AIDS sufferers.
Yes.
इसका आंसर है a feeling that something good will probably happen.
Yes, a feeling that something good will probably happen. And here hope is used as a noun or verb. This discovery will give new hope. Is it a noun or verb?
Noun.
Yes, it is a noun. In the first two sentences, hope was used as a verb. Here in this sentence, it is used as a noun. Yes, sentence number 4.
We were hoping against hope that the judges would not notice our mistake.
Yes.
This is stop believing that this good thing would happen.
No, it is last one, wishing for something to happen, although this is very unlikely. कि चाहे वो unlikely है, ऐसा लग नहीं रहा कि ऐसा होगा, but wishing for something to happen. And here we are having two words used as hope. We were hoping used as a verb, against hope as a noun. Both as a verb and as a noun, the same word is used. Okay. Yes, Drig Bajaj. Coming to the next sentence.
Fifth one, I called early in the hope of speaking to her before she went to the school. It is the third option in column B, wanting something to happen and thinking it is quite possible.
This is fourth option, wanting something to happen and thinking it quite possible. Okay, this is the phrase used here, in the hope of. I called early in the hope of speaking to her before she went to school. This is used in the form of a phrase, in the hope of. Okay, next sentence.
Just when everybody had given up hope, the fisherman came back 7 days after the cyclone. Ma'am stopped believing that this good thing would
Yes,
happen.
stopped believing that this good thing would happen. And here hope is used as just when everybody had given up hope. Is it noun or verb?
Now,
Noun, yes, very good. So we have seen in all these sentences, 2 sentences are given already in example, then 6 sentences are given to us in this box, in this table. We have seen in these 8 sentences the hope word used with different meanings. Okay. Now coming to the next exercise, I'm again telling you that all these exercises will help you to enrich your vocabulary and to understand some of the grammar topics more clearly. Otherwise, you are not going to have these exercises in the examination, but it may help you somewhere in writing the sentences or understanding the things better. Okay. Now, next is relative clauses. Look at these sentences. All morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, looked at the sky. What is the actual sentence? All morning, Lencho looked at the sky. In between, the clause is added. Clear? The second sentence, the woman who was preparing supper replied, yes, God willing. The italicized part of the sentences give us more information about Lencho and the woman. पहले सेंटेंस में हमें किसके बारे में पता चल रहा है? लेंचो के बारे में. दूसरे सेंटेंस में द वुमन के बारे में जो कि उसकी वाइफ थी. We call them relative clauses. जो क्लॉज हम इन बिटवीन ऐड कर रहे हैं पहले सेंटेंस में हु न्यू हिज फील्ड्स इंटीमेटली किसके बारे में हमें बता रहा है? लेंचो के बारे में. सेकंड सेंटेंस में हु वाज प्रिपेयरिंग सफर, दिस क्लॉज इज टेलिंग अस मोर अबाउट द वुमन. ठीक है, जिस चीज को वो रेफर कर रहा है कि जिसके बारे में हमें डिस्क्रिप्शन दे रहा है उसके इमीडिएटली बाद वो फॉलो होता है. जैसे लेंचो के इमीडिएटली बाद हमने वो फ्रेज ऐड करा हुआ है, क्लॉज ऐड करा हुआ है. Second sentence में woman के बाद who was preparing supper, this clause is added. So we call them relative clauses. You have done this topic in 8th standard in detail. Notice that they begin with the relative pronoun who. Other common relative pronouns are whom, whose, and which. When with these relative pronouns the clause starts and it qualifies or it refers to the noun or the pronoun that comes before it. Immediately after that, this clause is followed. So the relative clauses in A and B above are called non-defining because we already know the identity of the person they describe. Lencho is a particular person and there is a particular woman he speaks to. We don't need the information in the relative clause to pick these people out from a larger set. A non-defining relative clause usually has a comma in front of it and a comma after it. Some writers use a dash instead, as in the story. या तो हम इससे बाद comma डाल सकते हैं या dash डाल सकते हैं. जैसे first sentence जो है उसमें hyphen डाला हुआ, dash डाली हुई है. Second sentence जो है, it is separated with the comma. If the relative clause comes at the end, we just put a full stop. ये क्लॉज जो है अगर हम किसी सेंटेंस में रिलेटिव क्लॉज को पीछे ले जाते हैं तो इट एंड्स विद अ फुल स्टॉप, देन देयर इज नो नीड ऑफ कॉमा. Now look at the exercise given to you based on this. Join the sentences given below using who, whom, whose, which as suggested. They have given you the relative pronoun, the word WH word in the bracket. Accordingly, you will combine the sentences. Clear? Yes, I can see Ashish, roll number 36, raising hand. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. First sentence.
Yes, beta.
I often
Combine these sentences with the help of the relative pronoun.
first sentence. I often go to Mumbai. Mumbai is the commercial capital
Your
of
voice
India.
is not audible, beta. Please check and speak little loud.
First sentence, I often go to Mumbai. Mumbai is the commercial capital of India.
I
I
often go
often
to
go to
Mumbai.
which is the commercial capital of India.
Yes, which is the commercial capital of India. We will not repeat the word Mumbai twice. मुंबई एक बार फर्स्ट सेंटेंस के एंड में आ रहा है, सेकंड सेंटेंस के शुरू में आ रहा है, उसको हम डिलीट कर देंगे और उसकी जगह विच लग जाएगा. आई ऑफन गो टू मुंबई विच इज द कमर्शियल कैपिटल ऑफ इंडिया. यस पुष्कर बेटा, नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस.
Yes, ma'am. My mother is going to host. My mother, who is going to host a TV show on cooking, she cooks very well. Ma'am, my mother के बाद who आएगा?
Yes, complete the sentence after adding it.
Okay, ma'am. My mother, who is going to host on a TV show on cooking, she cooks very well.
No, no, no. You have to take the whole clause in the beginning. My mother, who cooks very well. जो उसकी क्वालिटी है उसको आप इन बिटवीन क्लॉज फॉर्म में ऐड कर दोगे. ठीक है. माई मदर हु कुक्स वेरी वेल, शी कट जाएगा, उसकी जगह आप हु लगा दोगे. हु कुक्स वेरी वेल इज गोइंग टू होस्ट अ टीवी शो. ठीक है. अदरवाइज सेंटेंस आपका क्या था? माई मदर इज गोइंग टू होस्ट अ टीवी शो ऑन कुकिंग. तो आप रिलेटिव क्लॉज को इन बिटवीन ऐड करोगे आफ्टर द सब्जेक्ट माई मदर, बिकॉज मदर के बारे में ही आप नेक्स्ट एडजेक्टिव ऐड करने जा रहे हो. ठीक है. माई मदर हु कुक्स वेरी वेल इज गोइंग टू होस्ट अ टीवी शो ऑन कुकिंग. ओके. नेक्स्ट वन, रिया चड्डा. नेक्स्ट वन, रिया चड्डा बेटा, थर्ड सेंटेंस.
These sports persons are going to meet the president. Their performance has been excellent.
Yes.
These sports persons whose performance has been excellent are going to meet the president.
Very good. These sports persons whose performance, there कट जाएगा. Second sentence की starting में जो there लगा हुआ है, we will remove that and at that place we will use whose performance has been excellent are going to meet the president, and separate this clause with the help of commas. These sports persons, comma, whose performance has been excellent, comma, are going to meet the president. Okay. Next one, I want some new name. Please raise your hands, those who did not get the turn. All those students only who have already taken the turn, they are raising hand. Yes, Mehak Meet Kaur. Yes, beta.
Ma'am, next sentence is Lencho prayed to God, his eyes see into our minds. Lencho, whose eyes see into our minds, prayed to God.
Yes, Lencho, whose eyes see into our minds, prayed to God, and separate this phrase with the help of comma. When you write it again, separate it with the help of comma. Clear? Next, sentence number 5. I want Himani now. Himani beta. Beta, when you speak, please switch on your video. I want to see your faces also. I don't recognize you. Yes, beta.
This man cheated me. I trust him. This man whom I trusted cheated me.
Yes, this man whom I trusted cheated me. Please take care here. आपने I को नहीं remove करना. हम man के लिए क्या लगा रहे हैं? Second sentence में him object आ रहा है उसकी जगह पर. We'll remove that object. Whom लगाना है उसकी जगह पर. Him को remove कर देना है. This man, comma, whom I trusted, comma, cheated me. Clear? I hope the sentences are clear to you, because done relative clauses in your 8th class. Yes, who is there?
मैम मैं
ईशा शर्मा. Yes.
आपसे यस मैम. मैम यहाँ पे जो फोर्थ सेंटेंस था, लेंचो प्रेड टू गॉड हिज आईज सी इनटू आवर माइंड्स, तो इसमें बोला था कि लेंचो हुज आईज see into our minds prayed to God. इसमें ये नहीं आना था कि Lancho prayed to God whose eyes see into our minds.
Beta, this sentence can be in both ways. This
But ma'am,
sentence can be correct in both ways. Lancho prayed to God whose eyes. Okay, yes, you're right. You're right. Lancho prayed to God. His eyes, his here refers to God only. Yes, it will go at the end. Good. Make the corrections. Lancho prayed to God, whose eyes see into our minds. Here, his eyes, his किसको refer कर रहा है? God को. So it will be followed by the first sentence. We'll complete the first sentence, then whose and the second sentence will be followed. Thank you, beta, for correcting. Very good. Is it clear now? Should I move forward? Isha, is it okay now?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, see, again, they have given the explanation. Sometimes a relative pronoun in a relative clause remains hidden. For example, look at the first sentence of the story. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. There is no relative pronoun used. WH word use nahi kiya gaya. What they want to say, sometimes in some sentences we don't use the relative pronoun, but even then the meaning is clear. It is automatically understood. अगर हम इस sentence को पढ़ते हैं तो हमें meaning clear हो रहा है. The house, the only one, which was the only one in the entire valley. अगर हम add करते हैं, even then it is correct. And if we don't add, even then the meaning is clear. So they want to tell us that sometimes the relative pronoun in the relative clause remains hidden. मतलब हम उसको use नहीं करते हैं. This is the only meaning they want to convey. Then we can rewrite the sentence, the house which was the only one in the entire valley. कि अगर हम which was verb फिर हमें add करना पड़ता है, हम relative pronoun को use करते हैं, even then it gives the same meaning. Set on the crest of a low hill. In A, the relative pronoun which and the verb was are not present. Clear? Sometimes we miss these relative pronouns, but they convey the same meaning. We put dash or comma and automatically the meaning is clear. Okay. Now coming to the next exercise, that is fourth exercise, using negative for emphasis. Sometimes we want to put stress on something, we want to emphasize something. We know that sentences with words such as no, not, or nothing show the absence of something or contradict something. For example, this year we will have no corn. Sentence है ना chapter में. That means corn will be absent. सारा साल वो कहते हैं मुझे कोई फसल नहीं मिलेगी, कोई अनाज नहीं मिलेगा, corn नहीं मिलेगा. The hail has left nothing. Means absence of crop here. कि hail storm की वजह से कुछ भी नहीं बचा, मतलब पूरी फसल नष्ट हो गई है. These are not raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. It is contradicts the common idea of what the drops of water falling from the sky are. Opposite idea दिया गया है उसका. क्या लग रहा है उसको? Raindrops गिर रही हैं, लेकिन वो क्या कह रहा है कि ये raindrops नहीं हैं. और क्या imagine कर रहा है कि वो new coins हैं. So he is contradicting the idea. But sometimes negative words are used just to emphasize an idea. Look at these sentences from the story. Lancho had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. That means he had done only this. Just to put stress, the negative sense is used. Had done nothing else. ठीक है, तो इसमें वो emphasize डाल रहे हैं, मतलब उसने और कुछ नहीं करा, सिर्फ आकाश की तरफ देखा. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. That means he had only this reason. कोई और रीजन नहीं था उसका बारिश के बाद भीगने का और बाहर जाकर बारिश को एंजॉय करने का. He only wanted to get the pleasure of rain. Lancho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. That means he showed no surprise at all, not the slightest surprise. Just to put emphasis on the point, किसी point को stress करने के लिए formation जो है उस sentence की change की गई है. No, nothing, not ऐसे words जो है उसको emphasize करने के लिए यहाँ पर use किया गया. Otherwise meaning is he showed no surprise at all. Simple meaning ये बन रहा है. Now look back at the example C. Notice that the contradiction in fact serves to emphasize the value or usefulness of the rain to the farmer. अगर हम सी सेंटेंस को दोबारा देखते हैं जहां पर कि हमें आइडिया दिया गया है कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी फॉर्म का, there are not raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins. कॉन्ट्रोडिक्टरी आइडिया है ना, तो वो क्या कह रहे हैं, दिस इज ओनली टू पुट स्ट्रेस ऑन दिस पॉइंट कि रेन ड्रॉप्स जो हैं उसकी फार्मर्स के लिए कितनी इंपॉर्टेंस है, कितनी वैल्यू है, सर्व्स टू एम्फसाइज the value or usefulness of the rain to the farmers. It shows the value or the importance of rain to the farmers. कि अगर बारिश हो रही है तो वो पानी की बूंदे उसको कॉइन्स नजर आ रहे हैं. It has great importance. So the emphasis is put on the point. Now coming to the exercise given on the basis of this, find sentences in the story with negative words which express the following ideas emphatically. आपको आइडियाज दिए गए हैं जो एम्फेटिकली एम्फेसिस दिया गया है जिन आइडियाज के ऊपर, लेकिन इससे रिलेटेड सेंटेंस जो है आपके चैप्टर में यूज किया गया है. यस प्रणय चड्डा. प्रणय चड्डा.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta. Can you complete the first sentence with the same
Yes,
meaning,
ma'am.
putting emphasis on the point? The
Yes, ma'am.
trees lost all their leaves.
Not a leaf. Not a leaf remained on the trees.
Very good. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The writer has used this language just to put emphasis on the point. ठीक है. Second sentence, Tushar. Tushar.
The letter was addressed
Please
to God
switch on your
himself.
video. It's my humble request. When you speak, switch on your video so that I can see your face also. Yes, beta.
Was nothing less than a letter to God.
It was nothing less than a letter to God. मतलब एक्चुअल में क्या था, ये लेटर टू गॉड ही थी जो कोई लिख रहा था, जो कि मतलब भगवान को एक लेटर से कम नहीं था, जो कि पॉसिबल चीज नहीं थी लेकिन उसने करी. यस, नेक्स्ट वन. एनीवन एल्स प्लीज रेज योर हैंड्स, दोज हु डिड नॉट गेट द टर्न. ऑल दोज स्टूडेंट्स व्हिच आई कैन सी दे हैव ऑलरेडी. लवन्या शर्मा. यस Lavanya. Archana, next turn. Yes, Lavanya, beta, please. Third sentence.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The postman saw this address for the first time in his career.
Yes.
And the answer is never in his career as a postman had he seen that address.
Yes, very good. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. Okay. Now coming to the next exercise, that is one more form of the literary devices, or you can say the poetic devices, जिसको हम कहते हैं, आप जब पोइम्स पढ़ोगे तो आप देखोगे उसमें मेटाफर्स, सिमिलीज, बहुत सी डिवाइसेस यूज की जाती हैं टू एनहांस द ब्यूटी ऑफ द पोएम्स, एंड समटाइम्स इट इज यूज्ड इन द प्रोज आल्सो. सो इन दिस चैप्टर metaphor is used and we are getting the information. Please note down the meaning and the definition because you will be doing it in the poems also. Then you need not to be explained about the meaning of metaphor. Please try to understand. The word metaphor comes from a Greek word meaning transfer. Metaphors compare two things or ideas. A quality or feature of one thing is transferred to another thing. कि जब हम किसी एक चीज की क्वालिटी को या उसकी फीचर को किसी दूसरे की क्वालिटी या फीचर के साथ कंपेयर करते हैं, उसको ट्रांसफर कर देते हैं उसकी क्वालिटी को, that is called as a metaphor. Some common metaphors are the leg of the table. The leg supports our body, so the object that supports a table is described as a leg. लेग नहीं होती वो उसकी, लेकिन हमारी लेग जो है उसको ट्रांसफर कर दिया जाता है टेबल की लेग के लिए, क्योंकि हमारा बॉडी जो है वो हेल्प लेता है, सपोर्ट लेता है लेग की. सो द लेग सपोर्ट्स आर बॉडी. सो द ऑब्जेक्ट दैट सपोर्ट्स अ टेबल इज डिस्क्राइब्ड एज अ लेग. जब हम कहते हैं द लेग ऑफ द टेबल, सो दिस इज द मेटाफर यूज्ड हियर. So the same quality and the feature is transferred to the table. The heart of the city. The heart is an important organ in the center of our body. So this word is used to describe the central area of a city. You understand? Many times we use it. हम कहते हैं जैसे our school is situated in the heart of the city. मतलब very central idea, central place, central area. because it is taken as a metaphor. The heart is an important organ in the center of our body. तो हमारे बॉडी से इस फीचर को, क्वालिटी को ट्रांसफर करके उसको यूज कर दिया गया टू डिस्क्राइब द सेंट्रल एरिया ऑफ अ सिटी. सो द मेटाफर इज अ वर्ड that transfers the ideas or the quality of one person or one thing to the other. Clear? Now look at the table given to you in your book. Please beta, all of you please keep yourself mute, otherwise it is causing disturbance. Yes, look at the next exercise given to you on the basis of metaphor. In pairs, find metaphors from the story to complete the table below. Try to say what qualities are being compared, and one has been done for you. Cloud. In the chapter, the metaphor used is huge mountains of clouds. बादलों के बहुत बड़े बड़े पहाड़. बादलों के पहाड़ नहीं होते हैं, लेकिन ये उसकी क्वालिटी और उसकी फीचर जो है वो ट्रांसफर की गई है. द मास और ह्यूजनेस ऑफ माउंटेन्स, ये क्या शो कर रहा है हमें? द साइज, कि जैसे बड़े बड़े माउंटेन्स होते हैं ऐसे बड़े बड़े क्लाउड्स जो थे वो हमें दिखाई दे रहे थे. नेक्स्ट वन इज रेन ड्रॉप्स. यस अर्चना, will you be able to find out the word used for the raindrops in the form of metaphors? Yes, Archana beta, please unmute yourself. Yes beta, I have done it. Please unmute from your side. Yes.
Raindrops, object, metaphor, coins, quality or feature.
Yes. Yes.
Quality or feature compared, money that good crops would bring to Lancho.
No, it is round and shiny as new coins. क्यों उसको coins कहा गया? Because the raindrops are round and shiny as the new coins. The word in the form of metaphor is new coins, and the quality or the feature compared is round and shiny as new coins. Okay, next. Yes. I can see the same students. Divya. Yes.
Ma'am, object is raindrops, metaphor.
Beta, come to the next. Hailstones. Hailstones.
Metaphor is the. Yes, ma'am. Object is hailstones. Metaphor, the frozen pearls.
Yes, frozen pearls. Yes.
Quality is the comparing of stones, hailstones into pearls.
As white and round as pearls. As white and round as pearls. जैसे मोती white और round shape में होते हैं, ऐसे ही hailstones जो थे वो white और round shape में थे. Okay, we are left with less than 1 minute. So I am ending the meeting here. We'll continue with this exercise tomorrow. And please come with the next exercise also that is given in the listening part. On the next page, please try to solve that exercise also. We'll continue with that, have a little discussion, then we'll move for the second chapter. Okay.